Welcome to the Healthy Science podcast. It is so great to have you listening in. I'm very excited. Rossi is behind me laying down, so hope he keeps a bit quiet. But if you hear some noises, it's him. I was planning on doing some interviews, and they are definitely planned. But a lot of people are taking a holiday break, summer break, and I thought, I was just too excited. I wanted to start myself already. So I thought, it's my podcast, why not? I can do whatever I want. So I thought let's just start and kick off with a topic that I got a lot of reactions to on Instagram, actually, also LinkedIn. But it's all about what, in my opinion, is wrong now within academia. And I will talk about the vicious cycle, or maybe even better said, the downward spiral that we're in, that we cannot really break through or get out of unless something drastically really changes. So that's what I wanted to kick it off with and to talk about. And maybe a good thing to know is what started off, which made me talk about this, is that I got a little bit, upset or triggered, that's a better word. I got triggered by a post on LinkedIn by a former colleague of mine from academia. And she announced that they got a grant for a very valuable, very nice research, I think, very therapeutic one. So it was all about getting people with chronic depressions to treat them and get them better while using transmagnetic stimulation, TMS. Rossi is putting his head on my lap. The first three words of that post were higher, faster, better. That was just the first sentence. These three words directly behind each other. And I thought, okay, this says it all, right? I mean, it says all the things about competition and the pressure within academia. You need to do things higher, like aim higher. You need to do things faster, because otherwise we'll spend money. We have to pay longer than would actually be necessary. And you need to do it better, because you want to be, that top dog. You want to be that expert in the field that helps out the most patients, or helps out the best, or gets more in research terms, gets the most money, has the biggest research group, those kind of things. So I thought that said it all, those three words. And then it went even further. The second sentence said something like, within this ambitious project, ... And I thought, this is already telling a PhD student who you want to hire actually to not take the job, because it's too ambitious. If they say it's ambitious, it is definitely too ambitious. So they should have said something like, don't start as a PhD student within this, because you will never finish in time, right? That is what actually should have been put there, in my opinion. Because I think 9 out of 10 times, or even more, people don't finish in time. I managed to do it, luckily, but I had to go through a lot of no's and boundaries and let's just say it, in order to get that done, to be finished in time. So this person will definitely not finish in time. If you take this PhD position, you will never finish in time because of only the two sentences I see put down there. This means you will not gonna make it. And probably you also have to work crazy hard because it is a super high pressure and competition out there. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this some more. Because it's a vicious cycle. It's a downward spiral, in my opinion, because these people had to make it an ambitious project because other people might otherwise get the money. If two people would send in the same, sort of the same research proposal, and one could do it in 3 years and the other person could do it in 4 years, then of course the funding party would give the money to the people who could do it in 3 years because they need to pay them less for a whole year. So of course you need to make it ambitious. Of course you need to put as much work as possible, as many research questions as possible, as many patients or participants as possible into your project. Otherwise, it will go to another person, another professor, another research group, because that's where we're at. That is the crazy amount of competition that is there. And of course, the professor is, who got the funding then, doesn't really need to put in the work. So the professor will probably still also write these kind of ambitious projects down and, try to get funding for them, because he or she doesn't really need to put in the work, him or herself. Of course, he or she needs to do something, and the writing in itself is already very time consuming. But sometimes I feel like the professor has, or the PI has lost the true connection, the direct connection with, with the actual practical work. So they don't really know anymore what they ask of their PhD students, and probably also others, because once the PhD student is on there and notices he or she can't get the job done or needs help, then other people will help, and a research assistant needs to come and join, or some interns need to come and join, or whatever. And I don't feel like the PIs sometimes know exactly what is needed and how much time and effort stuff will take. Also probably because as a PhD student, for example, you need to learn skills still, which the PI already has. So it will take more time and effort than it would have cost the PI probably. So these sort of calculations, I think the PIs shouldn't be the ones calculating anymore. If they, lose that connection, if they feel like they've lost that connection, I think the PhD students maybe should, a third year PhD student, for example, who knows a bit, already, but also knows how it was 2 years ago, to, see how, or to calculate, or try and see how much time and effort is needed for the tasks that need to be done. But that's more of a side note, actually. But I think this is one of the problems that occur. They keep writing these research proposals that are very ambitious, because they've also lost the connection a bit with the actual practical work that needs to be done. But they're also forced to, because another person will, if that project can be done in less time, that person will get the funding. So there are multiple factors in this that I think aren't in its right place. And then, you know, all this pressure that comes on to the PIs and the professors works its way down towards, yeah, mostly the PhD student. And then all the workload, all the expectations, they come down on you, on the PhD student, on maybe the master student, the research assistant, probably postdocs are in there as well. So they are the ones that really have to deal with it, right? They are the ones that really have to put in the work and feel that pressure. And yeah, I think for it's just the main thing is it's not realistic anymore. And then you get high percentages of burnout. Then you get high percentages of mental health problems, of stress related issues. And who are you as a PhD student to say to your supervisor, no, I can't do it, or no, this is too much, we cannot fit that in this time frame? Because probably you think as a PhD student that your supervisor or PI knows better, right? And knows that it can probably be done in that time. So you just have to work harder to get it done. Or you just have to manage your time more efficiently, for example, to get it done, because apparently it should be done within that time frame. But I think that's not true, because it's sort of disconnected, as I said. So that is the vicious cycle we're in, because if you if you need money, if you want to get a grant, you need to make it ambitious. Otherwise your chances are zero, and they are slim already to begin with, and then they are truly zero. So maybe it's a good thing for the funding parties to really see if something is realistic. Again, they need to be really connected with the practical, direct work that needs to be done within a project. So they are also a lot of times people that are a bit disconnected from that really practical work, I believe. And so I'm not sure if they can see whether it is realistic or not. And if they are a bit disconnected, if they can't see it anymore, then then they should have learned by now that basically every project is too ambitious, because no one finishes in time. So that should be a very good signal, right? And I think the funding parties would play a crucial role in this, because they need to fund research that is actually doable and is still can be done in a healthy manner, so that the PhD student mostly working on this is not having this crazy workload, and that it is actually doable. So I believe people are talking about this, that it should be, a more healthy work environment, but I think a lot of it starts already here, and maybe is already in the hands of the funding parties. Maybe they can really incorporate some people that are doing the hands-on practical work to feel really connected to that sort of layer of academia, so they can make the realistic expectations of what is doable and what is not. So I'm very curious to hear how you see this, if you look at it like this as well, or maybe you haven't seen this perspective. Maybe you have a different opinion on it. I'm very curious to hear. because it's a conversation I think is very important to have within academia, if we want to thrive and if we want to make it a better and healthier and happier place to work in, because science can be so much fun. Experimenting is so much fun, and this all is not doing that fun any good, so that's a shame. Let me know in a DM on Insta or messaging on LinkedIn. On Insta, it's at healthyscience.online. And let me know what you think, your opinion. I'm all open to it. And let's talk. See ya or listen to you next time.